Hi guys, I'm Miss Kara. Welcome to Books Alive, book talk for kids in grades 3 through 5. I have a stack of books here that I'm going to share with you. We've got some fiction and some graphic novels. No nonfiction this time. So up first, we're going to talk about the Animal Rescue Agency. This one is Case File Little Claws. So this is the first book in a series, and this is an animal rescue agency that is run by and staffed by animals. So our main characters are Esquire Fox and Mr. Pepper, who is a rooster. And when there's an animal in trouble, this is who you contact. And in this book, there is a baby polar bear who gets stuck on an ice floe. And the mom reaches out to these two to save the baby. And this has got everything that you could ask for. There's lost animals, there's action, there's adventure, there's crime fighting, and there's illustrations sprinkled throughout the book. This one is the Animal Rescue Agency, Case File, Little Claws, and the author is Elliot Schrafer. Up next, we have A Whole New Ball Game by Phil Bildner, and this is on the blue stem list, so that's why it's got this little piece of blue tape here. We have this available both as a physical book and as an ebook that you can check out. So in this book, we have two main characters. This one's Rip, and that one's Red, and it's 5th grade for them, and they're so excited. They are going to play basketball with Coach Lebo, and they're going to be in 5th grade class with Miss Hamburger. But then when they arrive for their first day, everything has changed. Rip is laid back, and he doesn't mind going with the flow, but Red likes things to be exactly the way he expects them to be. So they have to work together to get through all of these changes and to have the best school year ever. If you like stories about friendship or basketball or stories that happen in school, this one's really good. I like both of these characters. They're a lot of fun to be around. Up next, I have a ghost story. This is a series. It's called The Haunted States of America. It's by Thomas Kingsley Troop. This one is Haunt and Seek. It's set in Chicago, which is kind of fun. And it has a story in it that is not one that you're probably familiar with. It's based off of the sinking of a ship in the Chicago River. And in this book, it's not a place that's haunted, but there's an object that's haunted. And the object is a small toy boat. So our two main characters are going to Chicago for the weekend to visit their grandparents. And Ben, who's the older brother, discovers this metal boat stuck in the mud. And he digs it out and he takes it back to his grandparents' place and he washes it off. And then he starts seeing this little boy pop up everywhere. So it's like he sees his reflection in the mirror, and then when they go on a boat tour, he sees the boy on the boat. And then they go to a Cubs game at Wrigley Field and the boy's there. And so he and his sister try and figure out the mystery of who is this boy and what does he want. It's a really good story. At the end, there's an author's note that kind of explains the story that this is based off of. And there are illustrations throughout this one as well. So that's Haunt and Seek. Up next, we have a graphic novel. It's called Rise of the Halfling King. The series is Tales of the Feathered Serpent. So this is the first in what will be a 10-book series, and it's all based off of legends and mythology out of the Yucatan Peninsula. And lucky for us, there is a map at the very beginning to show us where that is. So here is Mexico, and this down here is the Yucatan Peninsula. And in this story, it's set right in this little green box. And we have a cast of characters here, and this story tells a legend that predicts that a great ruler will defeat an evil king and then lead the kingdom into a new era of justice and prosperity. So we have our witch, Alma, and she discovers an egg on the road one day. There it is. She's put it next to her cooking fire. And she watches it, and she watches it until it hatches. And when it hatches, a little boy climbs out, and he can talk from the moment he's born. And she raises him up, and then it turns out that he is the king that has been told of in this legend. So he has to defeat the evil king. There's a giant serpent from the underworld that he has to defeat. This book is really fast-paced. There's a lot of really fun and amazing things that happen. If you like adventure stories, if you like myths and legends, absolutely check this one out. So that's Rise of the Halfling King by David Bowles, and the series is Tales of the Feathered Serpent. I've got 2 left, so we're going to do a nonfiction. I made a mistake earlier when I said there was no nonfiction. There is a nonfiction, just one. It's called Wolf Pack, and it's by Abby Wambach. Abby Wambach is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She played for the U.S. women's soccer team. And this is the young reader's adaptation of her book that she wrote about the wolf pack. So it's got 8 really short chapters in it, and it just walks you through how you can find your voice, how you can unite your pack or find your people, and how together you can work together to change the world. I really like this book. It's a very quick read. It's got a lot of really interesting stories in it. Even if you don't play soccer or you don't play sports, I still think it's a good book to read, just so that you can develop your own skills and make a change wherever you are. The last one is my favorite of all these books. There's usually a favorite. This one is called The Lion of Mars. It's by Jennifer L. Holm. She's written a lot of things you might be familiar with, like the 14th Goldfish or the Baby Mouse graphic novels. And this book is set on Mars in a Mars colony. And it's told from the point of view of an 11-year-old named Belle. And so there's 5 nations who have colonies on Mars. There's the US, France, Finland, China, and Russia. And all of their homesteads are underground in lava tubes, and they have a train that connects them, but they don't hang out anymore because there's wars on Earth that all of these countries are fighting for resources. But then 2 terrible things happen. There's a weeks-long dust storm which threatens the power at the US colony because all of their batteries are solar powered, and the dust storm lasts so long and it's so thick that their batteries cannot recharge. And then all of the grown-ups in the crew get sick. They get a virus, and the kids don't get it. The kids are immune. And so the kids have to take care of the station, including like all the farming they do, and clean up all the mess and take care of the grown-ups. And it gets to the point where they realize that they need help. So 2 of the kids leave the U.S. colony and they go to another colony to get help. It's an amazing story. It really made me think about what it would be like to live on Mars. I really like the characters. These kids have never seen Earth, so everything that they know about Earth, they have learned from watching films or hearing the grown-ups talk about. And so that was kind of amazing to me too, to think about like what would it be like to grow up where you don't even know what Earth is. You've never seen Earth and you will never see Earth. It's a really fast read, even though it's quite a few pages. I really liked it. I think you'll like it too. So that's all I have for you this month. I hope that you found something in that stack that will excite you. If not, you can always ask any one of the librarians here at the library. It's our job to help you find your next favorite book. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!